Some Hollywood relationships seem like real-life fairy tales. Others aren't so perfect, including some that seem doomed from the start. The latter are usually obvious to the friends and family of these star-crossed star lovers, but alas, their well-intentioned warnings go unheeded. In the realm of celebrity dating, few people have relationship histories as talked about as John Mayer and Taylor Swift. Mayer earned a reputation as a player after dating a string of famous ladies, including Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jessica Simpson, and Jennifer Aniston. Taylor Swift has built a career penning heartfelt, diary-like confessional love songs and breakup songs. When she and Mayer split, after a brief but intense relationship, she processed her feelings by writing songs. But a specific song hinted that someone very close to Swift was against the relationship from the start: her mom. In her breakup ballad, Dear John, Swift sings about her mother's thoughts on her relationship with ex-Mayer, and given the famously autobiographical nature of Swift's tracks, we can only assume this exchange really happened. The pop star belts out in the song's first verse. Long were the nights when my days once revolved around you, counting my footsteps, praying the floor won't fall through again. She then adds, my mother accused me of losing my mind, but I swore I was fine. Clearly, this was one instance where Mother Knows Best turned out to be very accurate. Swift and Mayer split in February 2010 after just 3 brief months together.
There will be no explanation, there will just be reputation.
Katy Perry and Russell Brand were one of those celebrity couples that left a lot of people scratching their heads. According to MTV, Perry and Brand connected in September 2009 at the MTV Video Music Awards and married just over a year later in October 2010. The marriage only lasted 14 months and ended in December 2011 on New Year's Eve, to be exact, when Brand infamously delivered the news that he was filing for divorce via text message. Perry told Vogue in 2013, "He's a very smart man, and I was in love with him when I married him. Let's just say I haven't heard from him since he texted me saying he was divorcing me December 31st, 2011. Perry was clearly blindsided by the breakup, but not everyone was so shocked. Before the heartbreak, music legend Morrissey actually warned Katy against the union. Perry told The Sun, "He's Russell's mate, and he is fascinating, but he was giving us a hard time about getting married. He swooned and sighed, 'Oh, left hand, third finger, don't do it.' It was just so eloquent and poetic, and like one of his songs." She explained to ABC News in 2011 that her marriage to Brand was like a scar you see.
And it reminds you of the thing that you learned or what not to do again.
Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson fell fast and hard for each other in 2018, getting engaged after a few short weeks of dating, and ultimately splitting after just 5 months together. The duo got inked with multiple couples tattoos and moved into a New York City apartment together during their courtship, and Davidson reportedly dropped $100,000 on Grande's engagement ring. When he confirmed their engagement, Davidson gushed about the relationship to Jimmy Fallon.
I feel like I won a contest. So sick.
After their whirlwind romance ended poorly, Grande reportedly took it upon herself to warn Davidson's next girlfriend, actress and model Margaret Qualley, to reconsider her own budding relationship with the Saturday Night Live star, a source told Life in Style. Ariana felt it was her responsibility, as a feminist of course, to warn Margaret about what she was getting herself into. She got word to Margaret through a mutual pal that Pete's an immature stoner who'd make fun of her on SNL after she eventually dumped him too. Gossip Cop reported the rumor that Grande tried to talk Qualley out of dating Davidson was just that, a rumor. But there's never been a firm confirmation from any of the parties actually involved. But Davidson and Qualley's relationship fizzled after just a few months too. The Weeknd, whose real name is Abel Tesfaye, and Bella Hadid have dated off and on since 2015. But during one of their off periods, Tesfaye embarked on a relationship with Selena Gomez. Hadid reportedly did not support the relationship, but a friend of the models told Us Weekly that Tesfaye ignored his ex's warnings. Hadid's friend supposedly told the magazine, Bella has reached out to Abel a few times and told him Selena is using him. He thinks she's just jealous and isn't listening to her. While there's no evidence to suggest that Gomez was using Tesfaye, Hadid's instincts about the mismatched pairing turned out to be at least somewhat justified. Tesfaye and Gomez broke up in October 2017 after 10 months of dating. The timing of the breakup coincided with Gomez reconnecting over lunch with her ex, Justin Bieber. A source told Us Weekly, "The Weeknd doesn't think Selena talking to Justin again is weird at all. He doesn't care." The Weeknd stayed mostly silent following the split, but seemed to address it on a few tracks on his album, My Dear Melancholy, in 2018. He sings on the track, Call Out My Name, "Guess I was just another pit stop, till you made up your mind. You just wasted my time." Kylie Jenner's relationship with rapper Tyga was controversial from the start. According to The Sun, the pair met in 2011 when Kylie was just 14, while Tyga was 8 years her senior. They were rumored to have been dating on the down low for quite a while before her 18th birthday. In 2015, Tyga's ex Blac Chyna issued a warning to Kylie about the relationship, but it had nothing to do with the age difference. Chyna took to Instagram to send a not-so-subtle bit of advice to the makeup mogul. In a now-deleted video described by Radar Online, Chyna lip-syncs to Drake's Back to Back and smirks while mouthing a suggestive line in the song about a prenup. The post, which came around the same time reports were circulating that Tyga was having money troubles and that Kylie was paying his rent, was widely interpreted as a direct message to the beauty mogul. But Chyna's advice turned out to be unnecessary as Kylie and Tyga split in April 2017. About a month later, Kylie started dating Travis Scott and almost immediately conceived their daughter, Stormi Webster, who was born in February 2018. 2 years after Blac Chyna warned Kylie Jenner against tying the knot with Tyga without a prenup, the rapper returned the favor to his ex by privately and publicly warning Jenner's half-brother, Rob Kardashian, against his own relationship with Chyna. Rob and Chyna started dating in January 2016 and welcomed their daughter, Dream Kardashian, that fall. By the next summer, Tyga went public with his concerns about the union, which he says he shared with Rob before Dream was born. Tyga explained during an interview on 105.1's The Breakfast Club, "I told him what the play was. This is what you about to deal with."
Chyna, she just got a different mentality. Like, she really is a good person, you feel me, at heart, but like, she been through a lot.
He went on to say Chyna, quote, didn't have people to help guide her and stuff in her life. After Rob and Chyna welcomed Dream, Tyga backed off, stating, "I told him, but I'm not going to intervene on what they got going on." When Khloé Kardashian started dating rapper French Montana back in 2014, she reportedly received multiple warnings about the relationship. Khloé's family, particularly her sister Kim Kardashian and stepmom Caitlyn Jenner, reportedly worried about French early on. A source told Us Weekly at the time, "They are very skeptical of him. They think he's using Khloé for fame." Khloé and French's relationship fizzled after just a few months, but he insists there's no bad blood. He told Hot Living in 2019, "I feel like we had a real dope relationship. There was no bad blood. Nobody did something to somebody that we couldn't come back from." There have actually been romantic rumors about Kendall Jenner and Chris Brown twice. In 2014, the pair hung out, and a source told Us Weekly that Kendall was obsessed with the rapper, who was with Karrueche Tran at the time. Then in 2016, rumors again flew that Jenner and Brown might be dating when it was reported that he flew to Paris to spend time with the model during Fashion Week. By then, Tran was Brown's ex, and she was most definitely not here for his rumored relationship with Jenner. The actress and model reportedly made a point of slamming Chris to Kendall's little sister, Kylie Jenner. An insider told Hollywood Life that Tran basically told Kylie to watch out for Kendall and not let her get too close to Chris. The insider also reported that Chris is a constant cheater and that he got a girl pregnant when he was with Tran, adding, "Kay just wanted to warn Kylie what her sister could potentially be setting herself up for. A lifetime of heartbreak." Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber's romance has been a notoriously tumultuous love affair. They were first linked officially in 2011 and dated off and on for the better part of a decade, reconnecting for the final time in 2017, when Bieber reached out to check on Gomez after her kidney transplant. Even though he only reached out as a friend, he and Selena ended up rekindling their relationship. A source told Us Weekly, "They have both grown up tremendously and think that this is their time to get back to where they were before, but more in love than ever." But Gomez's crew wasn't totally on board. The Us Weekly source said the singer's friends worried because she was in such a good place and so happy without Justin. Her friends want her to be cautious. Gomez's friends weren't the only ones who were concerned about her last go at romance with Bieber. In December 2017, TMZ reported that Gomez's mom was so upset about the relationship that she had to be admitted to the hospital. Things between Gomez and her mom were strained throughout the remainder of her relationship with Bieber, which fizzled out again for the final time in early 2018. In January of 2018, Gomez's mom, Mandy Teefee, admitted to Gossip Cop that she wasn't happy with the relationship, but added that Selena is an adult and can make her own choices. Sandra Bullock and Jesse James's 5-year marriage broke down in 2010 when it was revealed that James had been habitually unfaithful. Radar Online reported that James's former employee, Deanne McClung, who worked for James at West Coast Choppers in Long Beach, California, called her former boss a, quote, evil, brutal, terrible person. The tabloid also cited a separate interview with McClung, conducted in 2005 when Bullock and James were still dating, in which she said, "I'm sure he has Sandra conned into thinking what a nice guy he is, but it's all a big lie." McClung sued James for sexual harassment in 2000, but settled the suit out of court in 2001. She told Radar Online in 2005 that James forced her to perform intimate acts she didn't want to, and he, quote, kidnapped me, locked me up, and threatened me. She added, "There was nothing I could do." Lindsay Lohan and Samantha Ronson dated off and on in 2008 and 2009, and Ronson's mom, and Dexter Jones, may have been instrumental in ending the relationship. In 2013, she shared the story of the night that forced her to warn her daughter about continuing a relationship with Lohan. Dexter Jones told the Daily Mail, "Suddenly, without any warning, Lindsay flung herself onto the thick carpet and started to roll around, screaming like a child. It seemed she was upset that people, including Samantha, were not paying her enough attention." She explained to the tabloid that it was borderline, quote, psychotic behavior. Dexter Jones decided it was time to let Ronson and Lohan know she was officially throwing a warning flag on the relationship, saying, "I told them both that I could no longer support them as a couple, that I no longer approved of them being together, and that Lindsay was no longer welcome in my home." Ronson later concurred with her mom, telling the Daily Beast that the relationship was not a healthy one. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebrity couples are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.